it's Daz from Stratton Performance Training. Just a quick video today to speak about self-massage. So it's great to go to a sports masseur or physical therapist who can work on you if you've got a real injury or problem area, or you've had a real tough training schedule, or you've been at competition, or you just want a nice treat and some sort of one-on-one attention from someone really skilled. But in reality, the expense and the convenience of having like a dedicated sports masseur on tap, it's not realistic for the majority of us. Even if you're lucky enough to be an elite athlete with a team available for you, then that may or may not last, who knows. It's good to have some other options there. The great thing we can do is self-massage, and it's not much good just trying to massage yourself with your hands. You need to use tools to be able to do a good and an easy job. Okay, so a lot of you may be doing some of this stuff. I doubt many of you are doing it consistently. It's no good just talking about it and having a roller gathering dust in the garage. You need to actually be using it, and also you may be limiting yourself by not using it at the right times or just not using it enough. Okay, so a quick run through. Number one thing that most of you would have heard of is foam roller. This is a bit more of an advanced one. This is a rumble roller. So because of these stubs on it, these are really useful for kind of breaking down scar tissue and really loosening muscle up. And you can use them to kind of tack down the muscle and then pull away, and use it for sort of tack and smash type techniques, which if you're not sure about those, I'll cover those in a different video, in a previous one, so you can check those on the website. So these are great. The benefit with a roller, I think you roll on over something else, is they cover obviously a bigger surface area. They're relatively light. Some are larger and less portable, but this is pretty portable. You could easily travel with this to a competition or to go somewhere distant for training. So that's a good option. Okay, certain times where you can't get into muscles that are more strong and maybe stubborn to release, and that's where you can use some other tools. For example, a hockey ball, or any kind of you can get specialised massage balls now as well that are easily available. Lacrosse or hockey ball works absolutely fine. It's nice and dense and firm, and you can use that to get into kind of deeper areas that maybe you can't hit so readily with the foam roller. A good example of that is in your glutes, certainly around the edge, like your piriformis, and some awkward areas around the edge running into your adductors. This can be quite good, even if it's just trigger point stuff where you're laying and relaxing onto the ball on the floor. They're really useful for your calves, but you need to sort of sit it on a yoga brick or a block to elevate it, which again I showed you in my basic foam roller routine, so check that out, just if you're not sure what I mean by that. And that's so by elevating the ball, you're able to then get that dorsiflexion and plantar flexion to sort of pin down the muscle and then pull and release the bound up fibres. Otherwise, because the ball is obviously low to the ground, you end up with no space to get any movement in there. And a lot of this stuff is all around pinning muscles down and creating movement to get a release, not just sitting on something for ages until it relaxes. There's different ways of doing things. Okay, obviously the size of the ball, the hardness of the ball will give you different effects, and they'll be more usable or less usable. So there's no hard and fast rules. This is a specialist ball called the Orb. Really, it's kind of like a big ball, nice and light and portable, great to take in your bag away for competition or holidays, training, anything. And it's made of the same material as a kind of dense foam roller, closed cell foam roller. So if you've got one of those at home, the ones that most people have, this will be really familiar. This is useful for, again, sort of stuff like getting into really deep into your glutes and your hips, You can use it on your hamstrings. I struggle a bit using the foam roller on my hamstrings, it doesn't really do enough for me, but you could use this to get a little bit more penetration with the ball, get a bit deeper into the muscles, and you can also use it a bit better than this ball. Obviously, if you see here, I've got no real space to kind of put much pressure on here. I'd need to elevate it up on a brick or something. With this, because it's higher off the ground, then I can pin down and put the weight of this foot and leg on here, and I can get a better effect. So that's quite useful for that. I can use it in my thoracic spine to get some movement there, but using it all across my back and elevating my hips, it's a little bit more tricky because of it being a ball and the balance issue, and it being smaller. You know, you could sort of like injure yourself, so it will work, but be careful with that. And then leading on to another tool, quite readily available. This is called the stick, imaginatively. This is from thestick.co.uk. I'm sure there are other brands out there which will do just as good a job, but I've only ever used this. I've had this for over 5 years now, and it's still as fresh as the day that I bought it. So quality wise, this is great. This is again really portable. Even if it won't fit in a bag, you can normally slide it in your rucksack, and you know, it's not going to poke out the bag so much, it's going to take people out as you spin around, so it's easily portable, it's not heavy. And this is a bit more limited on your back, your upper body, but it is really excellent for your legs. So you know, you can have a supine grip, and you can go underneath your hamstrings. You can work a little bit to the inside or outside. You can work towards and around your IT band, your vastus lateralis around here, right across your quad group, into your adductors. You can work your calf muscles really, really well, get some movement in there as well. You can work across your anterior tibialis, so you can really do everything with your legs, and it is an excellent roller for that, and I find that I get a better effect from this than anything else on my legs. You can also use it if you've got somewhere to support the other side on a ledge, for example. You can use it to roll under your triceps, your forearms, so it does have other uses, but this is one of my favourites. Okay, so just to give you a few ideas of stuff to have in your bag to use for 5 minutes before and after training, certainly without a doubt taken with me if you're competing anywhere, before a match, before you know, an event. Can't recommend them enough. Use them on a daily basis, just for a few minutes. General once over before and after training, or just concentrating and focusing on a couple of sort of really tight areas you need to work on, and you'll really reap the benefits. Hope that's helped. Speak soon.